You surprise a lot of people. A lot of people are just very surprised by what you're able to do. People are surprised by who you are, who you're not. And it's going to continue to be like that. It's going to be a snowball effect where people see a little bit of you and then they start seeing more and more and more. And before long, they see who you really are in your full entirety. They see what you're about, and it's not what they thought. You take a lot of people by storm, a lot of people by surprise, just by being you, just by doing what you do and being who you are. You're stunning people in every single way that is imaginable, really, right? So, one thing that people are surprised by in regards to you is how intelligent you really are. People did not think that you knew everything that you knew. People did not know that about you. And so people are very stunned. And you took people by surprise because of your level of intelligence. Maybe people thought that you didn't know a lot, or you didn't know what they found out that you knew about, like it could be something like that where they just didn't see that in you. And what a shame. But they see it now, though. They see it now, and you took them by surprise. You took them by surprise when people saw how strong you were. People may have looked at you up and down like a bunch of human scanners, and they kind of thought they knew who you were. They kind of thought they had you figured out, and they knew that you were not strong, you were weak, or they could overpower you, until they realized that no, you are actually quite strong. No, they should not come against you. That's not a good idea. And that they should actually fall back or respect you and, keep it moving. And so here's the thing, it's like people are starting to see who you actually are, and you're not who they thought you were. And that's why you're taking people by surprise. You're taking people by surprise. They didn't know who you were. They didn't fully understand who you were. They were ignorant to your identity, did not fully understand, did not really grasp who you were as an individual. As a whole, what you were about, what you stood for, they didn't know. There's so many times that I would be trying to connect with people, trying to talk to people, trying to let them know who I am. Because I like to be transparent and I like people to know who I am. I don't want it to be a mystery. If I end up being mysterious, that's the different story. But I like to be transparent and I like to be as clear cut as possible. But of course, some people, they misconstrue who I am. They don't fully understand what I'm about. They don't fully know who, how I get down. And so sometimes I feel like I take them by surprise. Like somebody will ask me about a certain concept or topic, and I'll be like, hey, I know about that. Or, hey, I don't agree with that. And this is why. People are aghast, they're kind of like taken aback. Like, I didn't know that you had that view, or I didn't know you thought like that, or I didn't know you had interest in that, or I didn't know you had knowledge in that. And they start acting like I surprised them, or I've gotten them shaken up a little bit, So I totally understand. I can totally resonate with the thought that some people are surprised. You're surprising people by the way you live your life, by the way you move through life, by the way the choices you make, the things that you do. You've taken people by surprise. Oh, no doubt. No doubt. And unfortunately, with us living on a planet where there are so many superficial residents, where people are not so much thinking about what lies beneath, they're thinking about what's on the surface. They get distracted by what is on the surface, and they're not thinking about what could be lurking below, what could be there. People are afraid of what's deeper. People are anxious and apprehensive about who a person could be at that deeper level. And so that is why I believe that a lot of people may look at us and not think there's much to us until we take them by surprise, because parts of ourselves are revealed. Parts of our deeper mind or deeper knowledge, deeper understanding or knowing is revealed to them. And now they realize, wow, wowzers, like you were a lot deeper. You were a lot different. You were not just what we saw on the surface. And that's very you got to be careful with surface level interactions where there is really no getting to know the person beyond the physical sense or beyond what you see, beyond what they're dripping in physically, what they have on, what they're driving, where they live, things like that. All of those things don't matter very much. And that is why you'll surprise people when people start seeing little inklings, little tidbits of information about your life that conflict with who they thought you actually were. It conflicts with what they saw on you or what they saw, as you met their eyes. They didn't really understand that, wow, you were deeper. You were just deeper. You are different. You're totally different from what met their eyes. You're not like the rest out here. So you could totally have people surprised. You've taken them by surprise. Totally. It has happened. You have shocked people. There is an element of surprise, true surprise, when people are seeing now that who they kind of thought you were and what they kind of thought you stood for or who you presented yourself to be, which is just you being you, they didn't know there was more to you. And that's why you surprise them. That's why you're stunning people. That's why you have people flabbergasted and aghast, right? It's because people did not think that you were the way that you really were, or you could get down in a different type of way. There have been times where I feel like I have stunned people. Why? Because I was able to talk about deeper concepts, because I like things that are deeper. I'm not into the surface level stuff. It doesn't stick. It doesn't stick. And that's why I like to go deeper. When you go deeper, you really get into the nitty gritty of things. And that's what I like. And I think that sometimes when I'm talking to certain people and I'm getting into the nitty gritty of things, they're kind of like, whoa, like, that stuff, or you think like that, or you have these thoughts. So it can really be like that, where, I've been having conversations with certain people and they're kind of like, I didn't know that you had those, ideas or ideologies. I did not know, because you don't look like that. And so, you could very well stun people by what how you came into the knowledge that you've got, how you find, how you see the world. It could very much differ from how people see you. So it's very interesting. Thank you so much for watching, for stopping by on this video. More content is on the way. I'm going to try to post more often. I'm going to try it. So thank you guys so very much for stopping by. Once again, thank you so much for the support, all the good vibes. I love you guys so very much. Let it be known in the comments if you feel like this video resonates with you. Do you feel like you've taken people by surprise? I'd love to know. Thank you guys, and I'll see you guys on the next video. Okay, bye.